things.
We need to be doing this, like, literally right away in the morning and not, like, waiting till the afternoon.
It's fucking late. It's like 11 a.m.
I've been up since 4:30, okay?
That's true.
Okay, here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Authentically Ashlyn podcast. We're back, baby, for November on the mini-series with something different.
Yeah, we're spicing things up, but not with sex.
No. How else are we going to do that?
We are going to do that financially.
We're going to make sure we don't get fucked financially this month.
Get our money right.
Yeah. So it might sound like a boring topic, you guys, but mini-series are a hit on the podcast. So we're like, we got to keep this rolling, and what better way to roll than roll the dough?
Exactly.
I am fucked in the head today. Honestly, I'm having a hard time speaking, so forgive me, you guys. Money gets me all clammed up. I'm a little spice monster over here, sweating balls. We weren't quite sure whether the mini-series were always going to be branded as After Dark, or whether we just be ourselves, and if you guys are offended, then
get fucked.
Then sorry.
Oh yeah,
or
sorry.
That. Apologize to the people, Daija.
So sorry.
So let's give you guys a rundown. Orgasm October was a hit.
Yep.
We enjoyed it, but like we're over
Y'all
it now.
enjoyed it.
My husband enjoyed it. It was November 1st, and he's like, "Oh, of course you're not gonna have sex today. It's not October."
Yeah.
I really loved last month. I'm like, dude, it's literally November 2nd.
Yeah.
So sorry you didn't get banged the first 2 days. Like I will redeem myself though. November's still gonna be a hot and horny month, but we're gonna talk more about our finances and less about our orgasms on the podcast.
And it's important to gather our finances and get everything together heading into December, which is just going to, wreak havoc on the credit cards, debit cards,
unfortunately,
cash, money, whatever.
Why does this happen?
Christmas, what do you mean?
I know. I just don't understand why Christmas has to be all about gifts, and I have such a big family, and I always feel like the pressure to be like, oh, I want you to see that like I put time and effort and energy, and somehow for me, time and effort and energy correlate with expensive.
Yeah.
And I don't want that to always be the case. Because I personally don't look at a gift and be like, oh, I wonder how much they spent. And money doesn't correlate with value, always.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. I want to be giving gifts for Christmas that don't fuck me in my bank account, but make me feel like I'm still a good human being.
Yes.
That's important this month for me.
I'm not that worried about, like, other people. I think through the years I've kind of dropped off, like, all the gift buying you had to do. I have a huge family, so we had to naturally, I think. And now it's like, hey, well, if I can give Vienna presents, everyone else can... you can have a hug.
Merry Christmas! Here's a card.
Yeah.
You can give cards. Print off pictures of our kids, put them in frames,
See, that's usually, I give pictures to all, like, the grandparents and stuff, but I have 11 nieces and nephews, so I'm not buying them all presents. Love y'all, but...
Yeah. Exactly. We already do birthdays.
Yeah.
We already do every fucking event. It's like Christmas, I need to just calm my tits on Christmas, but I can't help it.
I think everyone feels that pressure too, and it's like we all feel the same way, but then we all just keep doing it. So
I know, and it's like,
why
why is the pressure also always on the mom?
Yes. Oh.
Like, of course, I'm, like, I don't think Robbie's sitting here worried, like, oh, it's November, fuck, like, Christmas is in 8 weeks, like, he's not gonna worry about it until December 23rd. Like, what did we get so-and-so?
Yeah.
And it's not his fault, it's just, I wish I was more like him, honestly.
Totally.
But, yeah, I would love to just go to the dollar store last minute and, like, grab some fucking balloons and a card or maybe some flowers and be like, Merry Christmas!
Like, done!
Yeah, but my ego takes a hit. I have to be the mom that plans ahead, has cute shit for everybody, and I wish we could just go on strike this year, but instead we just have to pre-plan. So that's why we're coming to you at the beginning of November to talk about how we're going to reduce our expenses, think ahead, not overwhelm, not stress, not go into the holiday season just worried about fucking gift giving.
And welcome to the month of money.
Yeah, baby.
Pretty much that brings us to
money,
our
money,
topic.
Money. I wanted that song on the podcast, and Daija's like, Trump is a woman hater. This is a woman podcast. You can't use his song. So that was me singing it.
I got our backs, guys.
Yeah. So how are we going to start the month off in terms of how are we going to have a better money mindset and save some fucking coin?
So, I think, for this first week, we had a meeting about this, so we actually pre-decided, we are going to get one of our bills reduced. So we're going to call around, be a little bit of bitches, trying to beg for some deductions, reductions, whatever you want to call it, and get something reduced.
Yeah, I'm going for the utilities probably first, because that is fucking me in the ass right now.
Yeah. I'm
so utilities, phone bills, insurance.
Yeah.
What else?
I think those are all, like, the big ones.
Groceries? Or does that count?
No, that doesn't count.
Okay.
That's, like, a budget thing that you can...
We should talk about that. Not right now.
Should we?
See, the money talk is so heavy. That's why we want to make it lighthearted this month. We want you guys to come and zone into the podcast and be like, sweet, these poor bitches are with me. Like, we're not on money from a point of like, we're ahead of you. We have all these tips and tools. We're speaking there like, we are grinding with you.
We're with you
We
guys.
fucking hate Christmas. We're turning into Grinches. As soon as you have to be the one buying the gift, you go straight from Santa to Grinch.
Right? Mom and Dad, can't we just do it like we used to and you
Yeah.
take care of the whole thing?
Exactly. And like, I
So-
love the look on my kid's face, but they don't know the value of $1 right now.
Nope, they don't know at all.
So that's why we should get them all their gifts from the dollar store. Write that down.
Right.
Blakely wants a Buzz Lightyear, and she's like, in a box. So I'm like, fuck, get on Marketplace.
Hey, you can get a box from somewhere. That'd
True.
be fine.
I put Buzz in a box.
Yeah.
If anyone's listening to this and they have a Woody or a Buzz, like, okay, who came up with those names, by the way?
And who has a Woody?
And who wants to get a Buzz and get a Woody?
Ashlyn wants a Woody, guys.
And a Buzz. No,
I
nonetheless,
want a
my
Buzz.
kid wants a Woody and a Buzz for Christmas.
Yeah.
So do I, but on a different level. So if anyone has one for sale, let me know.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I ain't spending $100 on those fucking Disney dolls, you know?
Yeah, seriously. Ridiculous.
So another way, so outside of this week having the challenge of getting one bill reduced, we'll use our creativity to figure out what that looks like and report back. We also are going to sell something we don't use.
Yes, yeah.
My butt plug.
Yeah, you use the shit out of that thing.
Literally. The shit.
The
I'm
shit.
just kidding. I didn't poo when I used it.
There's no poo.
Okay, this is definitely still after dark. People are like, oh, cool, there's these, like, good millennial moms who are going to give me money tips. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? If this is the first episode
This
you
is
listen
wrong.
to, welcome to the podcast.
We're having a hard time switching our brains from last month to
Yeah.
this month. But we'll get there, guys. We'll get there.
So what's the last thing we're going to do? And this isn't just a weekly goal. This is for the whole month.
Well, okay, I think we didn't announce one more thing. We're
Okay.
gonna give you guys all a breakdown of all the subscriptions that we have.
Right, we didn't write
Next
that down.
week, yes. So a subscription list of what both of us use, and then we're gonna pick one
All
to
Daija's
eliminate.
porn subscriptions are
Yeah,
going to come out.
all my
Audio porn subscriptions that she...
Finder.
Yes. All the audio porn that she started subscribing to last
Yeah.
month during week 3 of Orgasm October, it's all going to have to get stopped,
Actually,
Daija.
that's on the work card. That was a work expense.
Shit. So we can also look at work subscriptions too. We've been trying to
fix
do
that
that.
one.
I actually think that's a good idea. We should
Yeah.
look at our work subscriptions as well. So next week, what we'll do is we'll both come up with a list.
Yeah.
We'll tell everyone these are all the things I'm subscribed to.
Yeah.
OnlyFans. Just kidding. And then we'll say we're going to eliminate or challenge each other to eliminate at least one of those
Yes,
subscriptions.
at least one. So that's how we'll save a bit of money. And then we have, I think, one more thing that we're gonna do overarching for the whole month.
Yep. Is
We're gonna try and save or make, $500 extra this month.
in ways that we've never made money before. So you'll find me
So
on Third Ave. No, but it can't be like,
This is my blog.
I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to recruit more clients or I'm
No.
going to do a workshop or something. Like, no, this has to be $500, not from selling something. You have to do something that produces revenue.
Well, it could be selling your soul. Just kidding. But selling like old clothes. Can that be
I don't know, that's already a thing. Sell something you don't use.
true?
So that's already something. No, this has to be,
Damn,
I have
that's
to
hard.
find a way to make $500 extra. What if it turns into something residual and that $500 can come every month? We have to be creative.
So guys, for mine, I'm just gonna drop a GoFundMe on the end of this episode. It'll be the show
Could
notes.
you imagine if it actually
Please
worked?
help, because I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do that.
When my girlfriend got married a couple years ago, we went on her bachelorette, and she is the cheapest fucking bitch ever.
Yeah.
We put on the back of our car a sticker that said, buy the bride a drink, e-transfer, and we put her email right there, and we made like $250, $300 before we even got to Banff.
I'm just going on a road trip.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm just gonna pretend I'm getting married, put balloons
Yeah.
on my car, and drive around the town with my kids in the car, and just
Seriously.
be like, honk if you're horny, e-transfer this for a bevy. Could you imagine?
So we're gonna scam people.
Dude, we should try.
We should, as a challenge. Okay, we'll let you guys know how that goes. We're gonna give it a shot.
I want you to do story time. I'm putting you on the spot because this was not pre-planned on the episode, but can you think of a time where you're like, I made money doing something maybe that was like edgy or something that you had never done before? Like, what are ways that you've maybe made money in the past?
This is getting dark.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm joking.
Can you think of anything?
So my dad used to have all these parties out at his garage when he had like an acreage, and he would have a bunch of drunk friends there, and I used to walk around catering the food that was already there for free, and I would ask for tips. I did this when I was about 8. I was like, so got anything for my little jar here?
Right.
You want a piece of sausage?
And and did they tip you?
Yeah, I made like $150.
Fuck
They
yeah.
were very intoxicated. It was a good night.
I'm gonna put my kids on the street and be like, snow cone sale in November. Tanner's like
Put my
sitting there in her
kids on
high
the
chair.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one way
I
can
schemed
tell,
a lot of money as a young adult. When I was 17, okay, I can tell this story because I'm not 17
You were a
anymore.
minor.
When I was 17, I was a minor. I used a fake ID to get a job. I used a fake ID to
Nice.
get a job at Top Hat, which is a strip club here in town selling shooters, okay? So what you do when you sell shooters is they give you like 200 to 250 shooters for the night. Once you sell the shooters, you owe them, say, $3 a shot. So you can
Yeah.
sell the shooters for whatever you want. You can sell them for $3 and leave with nothing, just tips.
Right.
Or you can rack up the price and sell them however you choose. So I decided to be like 5 for 30 or 5 for 25 or whatever. And I'd always round it up, right? I'd go to a table of guys and then I'd always say, and can you buy me one? Buy me one. And I'd mark the top of the shots because they were in little plastic containers. Anyone who's a Top Hat, you know what I'm talking about. I would mark them with permanent markers so I knew which ones actually didn't count because I'd fill them up with juice and I would just keep them. So I'd be like, buy me one. So then I'd automatically get an extra $5 to $6 for a round of shots. Then, if I was ever pouring drinks, this is horrible. Oh my god, I hope no one hears this. That worked there. If I was ever pouring drinks and guys were like getting super drunk, and they'd order like doubles or triples, I'd charge them on the spot for the drink. So say they'd be like, oh, I want a double Ryan Coke. I'd be like, okay, that's $10, but I'd only ring in a single, and I'd pour a single, but I'd charge them for the double, and they were so drunk they didn't know it was a double, and then I'd keep the money for the extra alcohol and the tip.
Love that.
Yeah.
Been a hustler since day one.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. I also, while I'm really going off, when I was like 14 or 15, I used to steal things all the time from the mall and sell them to my friends.
Yes.
You need new panties? I
Love
got
that.
you. I can get $10 panties. You guys can pay me $5. I slip them up my sleeve, walk with them all. This is horrible. I probably
This is horrible.
And this is why I had a criminal record before I was 18. And that's a story for another time. I've always wanted and needed and hustled for money.
Yeah.
I used to scrounge through my stepdad's jeans. I used to go through the fucking washing machine because I knew my mom always found change in there and I'd steal it. And yeah, it was bad. I've always wanted money.
Money mentality. So that's why this is our theme of the month, really. Yeah. We're going to go back to those days and do it a little better.
I don't think I've ever been more poor than I have been at 30 in this economy. With kids. Like kids, a mortgage, groceries, they're just fucking me. I used to be going on trips, having a reserve, I would put away goddamn money for my dog. You think I have money to put away for my dog? I can barely afford his goddamn food. I had an emergency fund, like in case he ever needs surgery. Like, sorry, Lou Dog, if you're over 8 years old, I've had my time with you. I'm totally joking, but I often think like, today he was like stinking and I'm like, what if he has an ear infection? Oh my god, if he has an ear infection, how the fuck am I gonna afford to fix that ear? Before I was like, my dog stinks, take him to the vet, what's going on?
Yeah, no problem.
Now I'm like very timid, like, can we wash that shit out? Can I get something from a pharmacy here? Like, what?
Is there any hacks for this? Home
Yeah.
remedies? Yeah.
So in today's economy, just everything feels so expensive, and
It really
I know
does.
I'm not the only one that feels that way.
Oh god, yeah, all of us do.
Like,
all of us do.
And if you don't, you hit up Daija's GoFundMe page.
Yes.
Fucking, we are poor over here. We are poor bitches.
You can just e-transfer Daija Green 458 at gmail.com.
Could you imagine if you actually got some coin out of that?
If someone does, I fucking love you guys.
Then they'll get a free ad on the podcast because you know we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, oh yeah, you
So
will.
what's that email again?
So that was Daija, D-A-I-J-A, Green with the E on the end, 458 at gmail.com.
Awesome. You have direct deposit? No one has to fucking do questions?
No passwords.
Perfect.
Let's go.
Perfect.
Hustle.
Okay, so we both have to come up with $500 this month that we can put towards Christmas gifts. We can put towards whatever we want. We can invest it in a TFSA, whatever we want. And the cool thing is, in our interviews, I do have a couple interviews that are going to center around money with money tips from people who actually know what to do with money. We're not those people.
We are not experts.
No.
We're not.
We are in the fucking trenches with the rest of you.
Yep, and you know what? We will let you know if we find any really good hacks this month. If we find anything that's like, this was a banger, guys, go and do it now that we've done it, so hopefully it doesn't get eliminated.
But I feel like people come across podcasts and listen to certain people for a reason, so I want people to embrace this. If you guys are part of this mini-series, you're listening to the mini-series, you listened to last month and you're like, oh, money, not so clickbaity, stay here. You've already been with us for how long? 14 minutes? Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Make the decision that Universal Energy made you listen to this podcast today, so you also should start saving money, and you should participate in this week's challenges, and then follow up next week and participate in next week's challenges and see what November could do for you.
Like, this is all of us doing this together. You're like our little buddy right here.
Yeah, you're our podcast buddy.
Our podcast besties.
So let's all save money. Let's be rich bitches this
Yeah,
month. I
yeah.
think so. So ways we're going to do that. We're going to get one bill reduced. So if we get it reduced this month, there's a good chance that's probably going to continue for months to come. So
Yep.
that's more money in our pocket. Then we're going to pick something that we don't use and we're going to sell it. We
Yep.
don't use it. So it's just occupying mental real estate and real estate in our homes, likely,
Yes.
right? So sell fucking something. My husband's all over that shit.
Yeah,
So-
like Robbie can't do it for you.
yeah, I know. I'm like, I might have to actually get on Marketplace for the first time in my life. So sell something we don't use, and then we have to go through our subscriptions. So shit that's
Mhm.
coming out of our bank account every month that we might not even know.
Yes.
Like I looked, I'm like, I have Amazon Kids. My kids don't even use their fucking
Like,
Amazon
what is
tablets.
this?
Exactly. So that's going to be step 3, going through our subscriptions, reporting back. What are we subscribed to? What can we eliminate? And then lastly, setting the goal for the month. We're going to make an extra $500, and that's on top of doing all these other things.
Yeah.
This isn't like, ooh, I saved $200 on my phone bill, $300 to go.
Yes.
No.
Extra money.
Extra money. I have no idea how I'm going to do that.
I'm really hoping you guys pull through for me. But
And
I'll
like,
think of a backup plan too.
just like Clairvoyant Kim said, you don't need to know how, you just need to know what. So,
$500.
yeah.
Dollars.
Yes.
Cents.
Yes, exactly.
She said
So,
to be specific.
yeah, very specific.
Yes.
And to start having a money mantra of some sort.
Yes. Money comes easily and frequently to my Gmail.
Good job.
Thanks.
I used to put that on sticky notes around my house. I talked about this, you guys. If you want a money podcast to listen to, I'm pretty sure it's episode 2.
How I manifested.
That time I manifested
Yes,
6 figures.
yes.
I manifested 6 figures. Why can't I
She's
manifest
so
6
good.
figures now?
Yeah, I love that episode. That was a good
Dude.
listen.
Everyone go back and listen to that and start employing the law of attraction when it comes to money.
Yes.
I need to learn that for myself.
Let's do it this month. We're putting sticky notes all over this
Yeah.
page.
The whole podcast studio is just gonna be
Just
money
like,
comes easily and frequently.
Money, all behind
Yeah.
us.
money, 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 money. I also think we need theme songs. So this is just on top of the whole entire
Yes.
list. Show up next week, Daija. This is part of your homework.
'Kay.
Subscriptions, one
Deal.
bill reduced, something you're selling, a way to make $500. Fuck, you're gonna have a whole lot to do. And a money song or theme song.
Beautiful.
And let's
yes.
introduce it to the group. So we need to make a money fucking playlist with all the podcast besties.
Yeah,
and
we
we're
do.
going to listen to it on repeat all month because we're going to track a fucking money and abundance.
Absolutely.
I
I'm
went
so
into
excited.
January with a theme of abundance.
Yeah.
And it's not really until now that I feel like it's coming through.
We're not quite hitting that yet.
No, but it's on its way.
It's on its way. Yeah.
And Black Friday's this
And
month.
you know what? Things have been doing good. Like, yeah. You've been taking things off.
I've been ticking things off.
Ticking
If you
them.
guys also want to know what I did this summer, go listen to my life audit episode
Yes.
because I feel like that talked about a lot of ways that I've been
Lot of
decreasing
updates.
expenses. Yeah. But this month's a whole new month. This is like we're fucking putting our feet on the ground and we're fucking making money.
Yep.
I'm ready for it.
I'm ready.
Is there anything else we have to say?
Maybe we should let people know
Yeah.
that the position has been filled.
It's very important to Daija that anyone who listened to the Mom Truths podcast, we've had 5 people reach out for Daija's job, which I totally appreciate. Like, actually, it makes me feel humbled that I'm like, oh, people
Aw,
like me.
no,
They
it's
want to
so
hang out
nice.
with me. And it's really nice. But we did figure out a way that I don't need more help.
Yeah. So the position's filled, and I'm so sorry, everybody, because we don't want to lead you on anymore.
No, exactly. So Daija will be here in 2024 still for the podcast and as my assistant.
I'll
Let's
be
just
here.
say
Sorry,
that.
you're not getting rid of me.
No, but there might be a baby around, but we're good with that. I'm fine with it.
Aw, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
Ashlyn will be holding the baby.
Why not? It's
I'll
worth
just
it.
be milking over here.
Yeah,
That's
sounds
how I
good.
can make some money. I'll just start pumping early.
Selling breast milk.
Yeah, how do I...
Bodybuilders love that shit.
Oh,
You can sell it.
guys, I'll start pumping now.
If you just get that colostrum, buddy, that's expensive.
That's shit, okay.
I'll tell you guys a money story quickly because we have a little bit of time here. So the other day, my husband and I are on a cash diet, so we use cash for a lot of things.
Yeah.
So he was buying lunch at work, and one of his bosses was behind him, and of course this guy was trying, or I think it was a girl actually, was buying a drink, and he, being the guy he is, offered to pay for the drink because he's a nice man, and, you know, we have so much extra money to be buying shit for people, but he wants to look good at his new job, so he pulls out a handful of coins, and he's like, oh, weird, this one loonie, like, looks different than the other one. I didn't even tell you this story. It's literally
No.
the first time you're hearing it. It just
Yeah,
happened
like-
the other day. And at first I'm like, why are you buying people shit? Like, you barely afford your own shit. But I'm like, he's a good man. It's what he likes to do. He's a very
Yeah.
karma-driven person. So he goes, he grabs these coins. He's like, wait a second. This isn't a loonie. I'm sorry. Like, he wanted to give this person the loonie to buy their drink, but it looked different. And it had, like, a picture of like a woman holding a baby on it, and it wasn't a normal loonie. So he started looking it up online, and the same loonie is on Etsy for some reason. That's just where it was being sold for $1,500.
Shut up.
So maybe that's how I'm gonna find some $500
bucks.
I'm gonna sell a coin or collectibles. And then I tell my mom this. I'm like, Mom, how crazy. Robbie just was gonna, like just give away this coin, and it just landed in his pocket. And how did he get this coin? The universal energy of money. And she said, that's crazy because your stepdad, I was just going through his stuff, my stepdad who passed in 2019, and he has an entire coin collection from his grandma. And some of these coins might be worth a lot of money. So I'm thinking I might be a coin collector, buddy. I might have to go and sell these coins.
It's so on brand for you, really.
So if anyone out there knows how I can sell coins, apparently I have some that are worth some money.
That's wild.
So that might be how we're gonna get some extra. Or maybe someone who stole our shit years ago will come out of the woodwork and give us money, because that happened a couple weeks ago.
That's crazy.
Let's tell them that story. You tell it from your perspective, because I've been talking a lot today.
Okay. So I was at work, just chilling in the office by myself.
Just chilling, not even doing
chilling.
anything.
Yeah,
just
I don't work or anything.
Working the clock.
Yeah. No, I was working. But anyways, this guy comes to the door, and I wasn't expecting any appointments. It was locked, so I open it up, and he's kind of like, he looks a little nervous, but I'm like, whatever. He's like, can I come in? I'm like, oh, this is a good choice in this neighborhood. Yeah, sure, come in. And he explains that years ago, someone, him, had stolen something out of a perfect fit for you truck. And he was wondering, like, was that my truck? And I said, no, so that's the owner's. I believe it was actually Robbie's truck, but neither of the owners are here right now. And he's like, okay, well, I stole something from that. I'm like, was it a gym bag? Because I've totally heard this story before from, like, yourself and Robbie.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, it was. I think there was, like, some weed in there.
I didn't tell people that part.
Sorry,
Robbie. It was not my gym bag. It was his gym bag, his truck.
And so he's like, there was, and some cash, whatever, and
headphones.
I just really want to make some amends for that, and I want to pay for anything that I took, and I feel so bad. And I'm like, holy shit, like, this is, 2016 or something, like, this is crazy. So
yeah.
I'm like, please, I need your name, I need your number, like, I'm gonna get you set up with them. I'm like dying. Ashlyn's in a meeting out of the office, so I can't tell her immediately. Robbie's at his job, I can't tell him. I'm like, I need to save this guy, like, and so I'm like, okay, Robbie won't be available till 4:30 or 5 probably. And he's like, I'll wait in town. I'm not from here, but I will just wait in town so I can sort things out.
And this was the morning. Like, he waited the whole day.
Like, this was like 10:30 a.m.
Yeah.
He's like, I will wait here all day. I need to do this. This is so important to me. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna get him to text you. It might take a while, so I apologize. But then Ashlyn, what happened next?
Okay, so then Robbie gets off work, and I'm like, hey, babe, there's this guy that really wants to talk to you. Apparently he stole your gym bag. He's like, my gym bag with those gym shoes and my Beats headphones. I'm like, yes. He's like, oh my god, that was 7 years ago. I'm like, no shit. Like, this guy stole your gym bag, and he wants to meet you, and he really only wants to meet you. Like, he wouldn't give money to Daija. He didn't want to hand it over with her. And he's like, okay, sure, I'll go meet him. I'm like, okay, but just, like, be careful. Like, who is this person? Because I never met him. I'm sure he's very kind, but it's he really specifically wanted to talk to Robbie.
He was very, It was a weird situation no matter what.
So Robbie did text him, and the guy said, sure, I'll meet you outside, perfect fit for you. So Robbie drove over there and sat in the back of his truck, waited for this guy. He came over, and he said, hey, shook his hand, and he said, yeah, I stole something that was yours. I think the worth of the bag was probably like $400 or $500. I would like to give you this to make amends. And Robbie's like, give me $300 or $350 or whatever it was. Like, didn't take all the money, but still was like, fuck yeah, you took my Beats and my shoes, so I'll take it. And I'm like, yeah, we're strapped for cash, take the money. So abundance, but also kindness. So don't take it all, but take some. And then I found out, because I talked about this on my TikTok, someone messaged me on Instagram and said, hey, I saw your TikTok video. Is the guy's name X? Which it was.
Yeah.
And she said he actually also came to our school. This lady's a teacher and had also stolen a backpack from someone at the school. And the teacher had no idea whose backpack it was. So he donated cash to the school.
That's so sweet.
So, like, shout out to this guy. I don't know, but it just goes to show that, like, abundance can come in the silliest and the weirdest ways if you're just open to it. So we're attracting abundance. All of a sudden we find these coins. Buddy shows up from 7 years ago with money. It's like, you don't know how it's going to come. So I'm very, very open to attracting abundance this month.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to share with you guys how it comes to us, because money comes easily and frequently, and it's coming.
And it's coming.
In different ways than it did last month.
It We're having different comings this month.
Yes.
But also I want to say about that guy, like, we're not remembering him as a thief. Like, everyone, like,
no!
we're remembering him as such a nice guy and someone who made amends. So
Yes.
just so you know, if you've done shitty things in your life, it's not too late to make amends.
So I'm going to Top Hat tonight.
We're gonna go say sorry to Walmart for all the fucking self-tanner we've stolen over the years.
Is that what you stole? Dude,
Yeah.
when I was in grade 10, I had a friend of mine who was sexually active and I wasn't, okay? My family knew I wasn't sexually active. So when she said we need to steal condoms, I was like, well, if I ever got caught, my family knows I don't have sex yet. So, like, I'll steal the condoms and Red Bull, okay? Grade 10.
Getting it.
Grade 10, I stole condoms and Red Bull and I got caught
Oh.
at Safeway and stuck at Safeway. They kept me there and made my stepdad come pick me up. Actually, when I was going through his stuff after he died, he kept the sheet releasing me.
Like, he had
saying,
condoms and Red Bull.
No, he took the sheet releasing, like, yes, this is my daughter, yes, she did this
Aw.
crime, whatever, she's underage, and I am banned, still to this day, by the way, from every Safeway across North America.
That's so
And do you know
funny.
I'm also banned from the movie mill? And
Oh,
I'm also banned from the fucking mall, Center Village Mall.
Wow.
Yeah, and I'm just going in there like
You're
a badass.
just walking
Walking in there, 32 years old with
This
my
is
kids.
Ashlyn.
Fucking terrible. So yes, hopefully they don't remember me, and hopefully no one listens to this and decides that no, she can't ever come back to Safeway again. But you guys, groceries are way too expensive anyway, so fuck yourself.
Get back. We're going back to Walmart.
Yep. All right, I think that's everything for this
We'll
month, or
wrap
for
it
this
up.
week, right?
For this month, yeah. Just this week. We'll be back next week, guys.
With all the fill-in information of everything we did to save money.
Yes.
And all
I'm
the money we're
excited.
going to be making. If
Yeah.
we make over $500, we're doing this every fucking month.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, I'm thriving in money and orgasms. We are doing mini-series for the rest of my life, whatever
Yeah,
it takes.
whatever we want to make better, we're just going to mini-series the shit out of it.
Yep, and that, this month, it's money, baby. So
Yep.
follow along. Hit us
Yeah.
up next week. Okay.
Love it. Love
Thank
you,
you,
guys.
everybody, for joining us on another episode of the Authentically Ashlyn podcast. And we'll check you guys on Wednesday with a really special episode that I know y'all been waiting for, with Clairvoyant Kim returning to the podcast. See you Wednesday. Bye. Good job.
Good job, Dee.
I think it got better as it went.
Yeah.